occasions like this one, summits where people come, do their promotion about their achievements, and mostly PR exercise. Let's get out of this cycle, first and foremost, okay? I would like to focus on my own issue. Now people are talking about the resources of the continent, 60% of this endowment, 20% of this endowment. I mean, why can't you mobilize your own resources rather than extend your hands for handouts and charity? Is there a way of mobilizing these resources in the continent? How do you mobilize these resources? Can you mobilize the resources of Niger that are going to Europe, uranium and what have you? What about the mineral resources of this continent? Are you mobilizing these resources for the development of the continent, for climate change? Where are these resources? Everybody is talking about their achievements in their own locality, in their own national borders, without even addressing the real issues challenging this continent. Talk about the continent's challenge and try to find solutions for this challenge, okay? We're talking about climate change, you're talking about resources, you are talking about so many things. Don't divert focus on non-issues, okay? Now, do your homework, come up with a definition of your goals and objectives, strategize, go for detailed plans, and then come to mobilize resources so that you implement your programs. Otherwise, I don't want to waste your time and waste my time talking about our achievements in Eritrea. Try to talk about some of the issues mentioned on this summit. These billions coming to this continent from anywhere, Europe, Americas, or any other place, you are inviting intervention in your own affairs. And this money coming from there, billions and billions, will be siphoned back there. Make sure that you mobilize your own resources.
The awakening is here. Africans are awakening. It's amazing to see when presidents, leaders of countries in Africa are waking up and realizing that no. We have been played and it's time to wake up. In Nairobi, Kenya, we recently had, I don't know if it's still ongoing.
It ended today. That is 6th,
okay.
6th of September.
Okay, so in Nairobi, Kenya, there's been an Africa Climate Summit that just recently ended today on the 6th of September, where different presidents and leaders of countries, African countries, came together, and presidents from other countries came and talked about climate change, issues affecting us as Africa, as the world, as the globe, and how we can tackle those issues. In one of the amazing speeches that we have listened to from the presidents is President Isaias Afwerki's speech from Eritrea. He's the president of Eritrea, where he's talking about, he's waking up the presidents. So every president had to, give the progress of what they've been doing in their country, how they've been trying to tackle climate change, all of those plans and interventions that they have tried to do. And he was like, I'm not going to waste your time giving you reports of what we have done, how far. It will take forever. And
it's bragging.
Yeah, they've done a lot. Probably saying, we have done a lot, Maybe you can just come and see for yourselves. So he was like, I want you guys to think about this. America, the West, and all of these countries are, bringing in a lot of billions into the continent to fight climate change, to do a lot of interventions, and giving us a picture of aid and a picture of how we can help solve the problem of climate change in the world, as if Africa is the one that is causing it. That's story for another day. So he was like, no, you guys, let's think about this. These people are bringing in money. And these people, the money that they are bringing in billions, will go back even, more than whatever they are bringing, more than that. Because Africa is minerals, Africa is resources. Why can't we bring together, mobilize these resources that we have in all these different African countries, Niger, Congo, wherever, bring them together, see how we can, work on them and produce and sell them out to the world and create billions and millions for ourselves in Africa instead of asking for handouts.
He deliberately said uranium.
Exactly.
And I remember Niger, because you see nuclear power is one of what we can call clean energy, because it's not polluting. Apart from now, the nuclear waste requires to be disposed safely, but it's clean energy. And he was talking about mobilizing all African resources, notwithstanding that Kenya does not have oil, or Uganda has oil.
Kenya.
Like, rather than seeing our minerals just being taken to Europe and getting very little amount of money, and the only thing that we get
0.80, and people are saying 200 euros.
So rather than watching that, we need to come together, create a plan, and mobilize our resources and use them ourselves. Because what something that we all know is Africa is self-sufficient.
Of course.
If
we don't need the handouts.
Yeah, we only need to open the borders for goods and services, trade with each other, learn how to use our minerals, process them here, and produce things. Now we can sell the finished products, gold ornaments, and other jewelry,
the necklaces, at expensive,
at expensive rates, and get a lot of money. So I like this president. I don't know what the Eritreans will say, but I've seen him talking openly about what is happening in Ukraine, and he was not scared to call it out, say this is what is happening. It's not Russia, Ukraine, it's Russia, NATO, Russia, United States. He said it openly, and I'm so happy that he talked about it, and he keeps talking about it
boldly. And the first step to changing, to change, is not to be scared of whoever you need to confront. This guy is like, I'm not going to be scared of you guys. I'm going to tell the truth as it is. I'm going to wake up my fellow brothers and sisters, my president, the other presidents of the continent, to realize the mistake that we have been doing over and over again. And one problem we have in Africa is that most of these presidents that have the minerals and the natural resources are, they are, how do you call it? They are stingy.
They are stingy. What do you mean?
They want all of this money. When the West comes in and takes the minerals, there's something that they are given. Just for them and their family. So it goes to their families. It does not trickle down to the population.
That's one problem.
So that's the problem, because they are not part of the suffering group. They don't care whatever happens. That is one big problem that we have. Otherwise,
they only think about themselves.
Exactly.
I don't know why.
It's they are selfish. I wanted to say selfish. They are very, very selfish. It's just me, my family. Make sure that when I get out of this place, we are rich for decades and decades.
And the rest are poor so that they can continue pleasing us.
We don't care about the others. So this guy is like, in fact, when he is waking up the president, he's also waking up as Africans to see that if your president doesn't care about you guys and the minerals that you have, maybe it's time to change. Because when he says bring together this, let's talk about mobilizing our resources, let's talk about plans, how we can execute the selling and the producing of whatever we have,
and processing
and
how we use the minerals.
That is it.
So I went, I was scrolling Twitter, and I was looking at you have to look at this guy. If he's saying this, if he's pushing people to do this, is he walking the talk? And one thing that
what are people saying in this country?
There's one guy who said that the president of AFDB is called I'll put the name on the screen. So he visited Eritrea some days ago, and he was surprised to find dams in Eritrea the contracts were not given to foreigners, but they were done by local engineers.
Exactly.
And the thing that was amazing was it was done by students, big dams.
Wow.
So you see he's training them to do big projects. That means in future, after they finish, they'll come look for a project in Kenya to do, in Congo, in South Africa. So he's building his nation from the young people. So I think I like him. I like him since you talked openly about Russia, and now he's telling the African president.
We are seeing a positive change. It's very much positive. It has taken forever for African countries to stand up and, you know,
to even talk.
To talk in front of their masters and say, no, this is wrong. We are taking this stand. We are not going to do this. We have seen the coups now. It's a positive change towards a revolution in Africa. And we're hoping you like it also, guys. Let us know what you think about it in the comment section.
And if you hate it, let us know.
Why? Yeah, let us know why.
If you're from Niger and speak English and you're listening to us or you have translated.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, let us know what is happening on the ground. We'll be very happy to celebrate with you. And if something is amiss, let us know so that the world can know. So don't forget to subscribe. As always, get us to 1,000 subscribers
as soon as possible.
Yeah, swiftly, like the way Niger is pushing the French army to leave. Like this video, share widely our channel, and don't forget to subscribe. Tell them to subscribe.
Subscribe, and comment, and let us know what you think.
See you in the next one.
Bye.